by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Imagine a future, the freight trucks that deliver bread and milk to our grocery store shelves, and the buses that take children to school and parents to work. Imagine all the heavy-duty vehicles that keep our supply lines strong and allow our economy to grow. Imagine that they produced zero emissions. Well, you all imagined it. That's why we're here today, because we have the ability to.
Father, before I begin, bless me, Father, for I'm about to sin. Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter. Okay? I'm sick of this stuff. We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
Now the Ukraine, and St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky.
Just days before Russia's invasion began, I went to the United Nations Security Council to lay out what we believed was about to happen. Again today, we have a strong sense of what Russia could do next. We believe that Moscow may be setting the stage to use a chemical weapon and then falsely blame Ukraine to justify escalating its attacks on the Ukrainian people. Manufacturing events and creating false narratives of genocide to justify greater use of military force is a tactic that Russia has used before, including in Georgia.
So we established a new civil rights cause of action for those whose intimate images were shared on the public screen. How many times have you heard, I'll bet everybody knows somebody somewhere along the line, that in an intimate relationship, what happened was the guy takes a revealing picture of his naked friend or whatever in a compromising position, and then literally, in a sense, blackmails or mortifies that person. Send it out, put it online.
And you think it's the biggest issue to campaign on?
I think it's one of the biggest scandals I've ever seen, and you don't cover it.
Biggest,
you want to talk about?
Well, because it can't be verified.
You want to talk about insignificant things.
I'm telling you.
Of course it can be verified. Excuse me, they found the laptop. Leslie.
It can't be verified.
What can't be verified?
The laptop.
Why do you say that?
Because
even the family hasn't. The family on the laptop. He's gone into hiding. For 5 days, he's gone into hiding.
He's preparing for your debate.
Oh, it's taken him 5 days to prepare? I doubt it. Okay,
all right. So let's get back to the name call.
This has come from the highest levels of the Russian government, clearly from Putin himself, in an effort, as 17 of our intelligence agencies have confirmed, to influence our election. So I actually think the most important question of this evening, Chris, is finally, will Donald Trump admit and condemn that the Russians are doing
I have to respond to that.
Please,
because look,
very quickly.
there are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that this has all the 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Nobody believes it except his and his good friend Rudy Giuliani.
You mean the laptop is now another Russia hoax?
That's exactly what.
Is this
that's
where you're
exactly
going?
what.
This is
told.
where he's going. The laptop is Russia,
Yes.
Gentlemen,
Russia.
I want to stay on the issue of race.
You have to be kidding. Here we go again.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Welcome back, everybody. Another night of Stick with Koolfrogg. And I don't know where everybody is. It doesn't matter. Because, again, it's named Stick with Koolfrogg for a reason. You come here to see me. Just kidding. Everybody else is busy. They're doing something. I have no clue what they're doing. If they want to join me, they know where to find me. They know where to click, and they know where to join if they like to join in. Eventually, America Shirts will be here. He said he was going to be a little late. All that being said, I am the one and only Koolfrogg. Make sure you hit up the Linktree/Koolfrogg down below. Check out all those links that are in there. Give me a follow on all of them. Rumble, Odyssey, wherever you feel like following me. When you follow me, when you subscribe to this channel here in YouTube, send me a private message. Send me a private message and we'll get you a Discord. We really don't know how long we're going to continue to give out free Discord links. Eventually, it'll be hey, locals to get into the Discord or something like everybody else does. I don't know, something. But we'll figure it. It'll get there. All that being said, I do have quite a show. Quite a few articles. I don't know if anybody's really going to actually have anything contradictory to say to whatever I'm saying. I got a lot to go through here. That being said, let's give it a go and see how far we get. So let's see the first one. As you can see, this banner shows hypersonic. I put exclamation points, I put question marks in different spots. That would be kind of look at what is he saying? Right, exactly. What are we saying? What's hypersonic? Well, let's pull up a couple of Wikipedia pages and let's go through this a little bit. So, first one, this is hypersonic speed. In aerodynamics, a hypersonic speed is one that exceeds 5 times the speed of sound. Often stated as starting with the speeds of Mach 5 and above. I sense that the speed pretty fast. The precise Mach number of which a craft can be said to be flying hypersonic speed varies, since individuals' physical changes in the airflow, like molecular dissociation and ionization, occur at different speeds. These effects collectively become important around Mach 5 to 10. The hypersonic regime can also be alternatively defined as speeds where specific heat capacity changes with the temperature of the flow as kinetic energy of the moving object is converted into heat. We all know heat kind of rises and moves faster than cold. So it's kind of an interesting idea, right? Heat would have anything to do with it. While the definition of hypersonic flow can be quite vague and generally variable, especially due to the absence of discontinuity between supersonic and hypersonic flows. A hypersonic flow may be characterized by certain physical phenomena that can no longer be analytically discounted as a supersonic flow. The particularity of hypersonic flows are as follows: shock load, aerodynamic heating, entropy load, real gas effects, low density effects, independence of aerodynamic coefficients, and Mach number. It seems as though that there's quite a bit of characteristic to go along with hypersonic. Hypersonic is really kind of interesting. All that. Let's see. Looks like we have somebody come in here. It's America Shirts. How's it going, buddy?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for the lateness.
Oh, believe me, you ain't the only one that's late. I just started 9 minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I was watching Good Logic, and then he went like 11, whatever, 11:30, 12:30. Or 11:45, something like that. He went late. Either way, I'm talking Central Standard Time, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. After he went, I went over and I was watching the airing flashcasts. So I kind of watched him for a little bit and held a little bit of a conversation before he decided to shut off. I don't know if he's actually shut off yet or not. But I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
He took those pills, probably.
So basically, what we're going through is we're going through hypersonic. Obviously, there's things that had occurred in this world that had something to do with hypersonic. So I brought up there's
Really? I thought it
hypersonic
was on a
speed.
different world.
Yeah, in a different world. We could all be.
Well, thanks for the correction, though.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into this. There's so many articles that I got pulled up here. I'm going to be here for a little bit. So then what I was just going through is the characteristics of flow with hypersonic flow. And you can see there's 6 different characteristics that actually come up. Each one of these has something to do with Mach number increases. Looks like Mach can go, these hypersonic speeds.
Oh,
whatever
is
can
that
go.
what those lines that go crisscross across the sky? Is that what that is? It's just hypersonic, Totally not anything else.
Those chemtrails? Yeah.
Who?
Maybe.
What?
Maybe. I have no clue.
Allegedly.
These effects collectively become important around Mach 5 and 10 is basically what comes around. So then these are the effects that is characteristics of the flow that, get these speeds to go as high as they possibly can. So you can see, a small shock, standoff distance as the body's Mach number increases, the density behind the bow shock generated by the body also increases, which corresponds to a decrease in volume behind the shock due to conservation of mass. Consequently, the distance between the bow shock and the body decreases at higher Mach numbers. Basically any of these are going to increase those numbers between 5 and 10. Which is, it's just faster than fast, and which is the reason why they're like, the reasoning that they're building them is because if they can build the hypersonic, then they're assuming that they can actually get past any buddy else that doesn't have the hypersonic yet. Because if they don't have hypersonic, you're not going to be able to shoot down something that's going hypersonic speed, because you're not going to catch up to it. It's gonna detonate and hit something before you actually even get a rocket out. The entropy layer, the Mach numbers have increased. The entropy changes across the shock that increases, which results in strong entropy gradient. The highly vortical flow of mixes and boundary layer. There'd be a perfect person to have in here right now would be somebody like Grimsbar. Somebody.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to be here.
Well, I really don't know who's going to show up from day to day. Nobody comes and talks to me and says, hey, I'm going to be here, there, or anywhere other than you. So, I just, anybody that wants to come in here, they totally can come in here. They all know where the links are. They know how to get here and join in if they feel the need.
Well, I actually thought Mike was going to be here because he was the one that was posting a lot of
that. Yeah, I thought he was going to join me as well. Yes, and he just kind of popped away. I don't know what he's.
Oh well.
Yeah, we were talking about it before going live or whatever. I don't know if it upset him that I didn't go live right at midnight when I was watching Good Logic. I should have just went live. I would have had.
He probably had something else to do.
I would have had 50 minutes worth of stuff in already. Vicious interaction. The portion of large kinetic energy associated with the flow and high Mach numbers transforms into internal energy in the fluid due to the vicious effects. The increase of internal energy is realized as the increase in temperature, since the pressure gradient normal to the flow within the boundary layer is approximately 0 or low as the moderate hypersonic Mach numbers. The increase in temperature through the boundary layer coincides with the decrease in density. The causes of the bottom of the boundary layer to expand so that the boundary layer over the body grows thicker and can often merge with the shock wave near the body leading edge. So, that huge amount of kinetic energy right at impact could really seriously just ricochet through the air and just totally destroy a lot. High temperature flow. High temperatures due to manifestation of vicious dissipation cause non-equilibrium chemical flow properties such as vibrational excitation and dissociation and ionization of molecules, resulting in convective and radiative heat flux. That's a lot of words that I really don't know all of the exact terminology to or whatever, but I mean, it kind of sounds like, you can kind of associate, warm temperatures kind of have the tendency to move faster. They sit higher. There's a lot to go along with heat that can make these things, travel faster and faster. Again, all these are effects of speed to actually get you between supersonic and hypersonic flow. I'm not going to read the rest of this article. There's just too much in here. So then here's the hypersonic. And they're saying, you can see here's the Mach numbers, miles per hour, kilometers. So then hypersonics 5 to 10, that's the Mach. So then the miles per hour, because we're in the United States, 3,836 to 7,673. Anybody that's out of the United States or whatever, your kilometers are 6,174 to 12,350. I mean, that's fast. That's super fast. So
really?
Yeah. See, then you can see that they're actually, re-entry speeds that come into play here. So I don't know what this all is, about, since like once you actually get yourself, look at it, greater than 25, it's like, holy man, are we actually messing around trying to, oh, we are. Look at that, Avant-Garde, Agni 5, these ones, that they're all super high, hypersonic, super speed stuff that's just going to totally annihilate anything.
Oh yeah, and like you do know, I mean, they can tip those with nuclear warheads. I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely.
And that can't be stopped. I mean, I mean,
no, and that's the thing, is the only people that could possibly stop something from actually going that fast at like high, hypersonic or even hypersonic speeds is somebody that has something with hypersonic speeds. So it's like, if we'll get into this, I have quite a few articles here or whatever, and these hypersonic speeds, the United States isn't really all that close to actually having hypersonic.
Oh,
apparently we have something.
Even though they don't really say it, yeah, exactly right. Like even though they don't really say it, I think they do.
I'm pretty sure they probably have something.
I mean, they don't tell us everything they have.
No,
Russia
and obviously
is pretty
they're not
open
going
about
to.
things because they want the world to know, like, hey, don't mess with us. But the United States government and military is like, we'll just kind of keep this under wraps. I mean, the Chinese have some of this stuff developed, and I mean, it's not like China does anything themselves. It's like.
So that was hypersonic speed. This is hypersonic flight. So hypersonic flight, I mean, this is the flight through the atmosphere below altitudes of 90 kilometers of speeds greater than Mach 5, a speed where dissociation of air begins to become significant and high heat loads exist. Speeds of Mach 25 plus have been achieved below the thermosphere as of 2020. And you can see the re-entry burn on the front of that.
Yep.
Right. So I mean,
because it's going through all that atmosphere and then that friction with all that air going so quickly,
coming through that thermosphere. So I mean, it's like this isn't a little bombs or whatever, the missiles that they're trying to shoot from continent to continent. They're trying to take down communications out of space, like taking out orbiting radar systems. They're not, this isn't no, mess around and find out stuff or whatever. This is like super bad. This isn't that good stuff. This is what takes and
Mess around it
eliminates
before you
all
can
of us.
blink.
Right. This is just going to take out the whole world and just be like, oh, there you go. Nobody wins. So I mean, they really need to seriously think about some of this. So you can see here in the contents, it goes through the physics. It actually goes through all those stagnation points, high temperatures, low densities, thin shock layers, vicious interactions, and entropy layers that we went through in the last article. Not really going to go through all that. Don't really need to. I thought the picture was fun to look at. So then you can see hypersonic aircraft. Look at these countries that have hypersonic aircraft. Oh, look, the United States has hypersonic
Oh, look,
stuff.
there's NASA and DARPA and
that.
all those lovely,
Yeah, look,
lovely
Lockheed
organizations.
Martin.
Oh, yes.
There's an awful lot of countries that are throwing.
There's cruise missiles and warheads down there, and it's got those are they if you scroll down, cruise missiles and warheads, advanced hypersonic weapon, AHW, United States. So it's not like they come out and are like, oh, hey guys, guess what? We're going to do this thing with hypersonic missiles or weapons or something. We're going to do this test until now, I guess. But
Built
generally
by
the United States hasn't
Raytheon
really.
and Northrop Grumman, just
Typical.
couple
DARPA
companies that are out there
funded.
that nobody really, we do all hear about all these, don't we? Anybody that just got done watching Good Logic heard about Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, because he actually went through some of this and what he had an article that had Congress members that had bought stock into specific stocks, and Raytheon and Northrop Grumman were actually a couple of them that were up there, as well as like Teleron and a couple other ones. Just saying, it seems kind of interesting that us and one thing leads to another. So I mean, these companies are they're not just fuel companies, or they're not going to sit there and just take care of just one thing or whatever. When you have the money, the billions and billions of dollars, you're going to invest it and you're going to create new things. And you're going to invest in different things. And other people are going to invest in you because you're doing things that are, dangerous to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little dangerous. Nothing.
Yeah, this is the military-industrial complex at its finest that Eisenhower talked about